All right, welcome back, everybody. It has not been a while. My last video came out a few days ago, but I'm filming again because I have a golden window of opportunity. So, Daybreak Games, they did a nice little promotional thing today. For today only, 9/14/2023. If you typed Wild Eldraine into your redemption code, you got the All Access Pass for one day. All Access Pass is a thing that Magic Online will do from time to time, where you buy the pass, it's usually about $20, and you have access to every card in Magic Online, and can play them in leagues and challenges and such. This was a one day only promotion, and gave me the window to film a deck with cards that I don't have and don't want to buy at this point in time because they're somewhat expensive because they're brand new. This one being Beseech the Mirror. So, I'm sure if you watch my channel, you're pretty dug into the Legacy metagame and you know what this card does. That being said, we'll still read it. So, search your library for a card, exile it face down, and shuffle. If the spell was bargained, you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. If that spell's mana value is 4 or less. Otherwise, you put it into your hand. And it has bargain. So basically, it's a super tutor that lets you cast the card. This has been seeing a lot of play. It's the hit new card from the set. And there's a few shells you could put it in. I think the shell that it's seeing a lot of play in already is the just regular Storm deck, where you find Gaia's Will, which is a Yawgmoth's Will with Suspend that you can't normally cast, but this ignores those restrictions, and you just, Yawgle's very good. You play it at your graveyard. You recast Beseech, you find tendrils, you kill your opponent. That's not the direction I'm going today. My brain is a little bit too small for that sort of deck. I am going to be playing it in the Leyline Helm of Obedience deck. This has been seeing some play. It's been kind of a fringe player in the metagame here or there, and Beseech is a very big upgrade to the deck because you don't have to play 4 copies of Helm anymore. Beseech can find your Helm of Obedience, put it into play if you already had a Leyline, and just win the game there. And oftentimes, Helm is not a good draw. Beseech can be imprinted into Chrome Mox, whereas Helm can't. If you don't have Leyline in play, Beseech can get other things for you. If you have Helm, it could get the Leyline. If you have neither, it could get Karn and potentially get you Ensnaring Bridge or Chalice or whatever. Or if Karn is just good against your opponent's strategy, it can get that. It can get an opposition agent if you're playing against like Doomsday. It's a very versatile card, and I definitely think it powers up the deck a good amount. One other card that we're trying, which is new and has not been seen in any lists, but that I think is quite good and should be in some lists, is this card called Candy Trail. It's another new WoE card, 1 mana artifact, ETB Scry 2, and 2 in sack it, you gain 3 life and draw a card. And it is subtypes Clue and Food, which I think is cute. This card has impressed me quite a lot in Limited, and you can say that Legacy is very different from Limited, and that is true. However, the dynamic that Candy Trail is really, really good, the reason that Candy Trail is very, very good in Limited, the dynamic is very similar to this deck in particular, where in Limited, usually in the mid to late game, you want very specific cards out of your deck, and you want to dodge very specific other cards, usually lands. And so the delta between your best draw and your worst draw is very, very huge in Limited. And I believe that's true in this deck as well, where, if you have a Leyline in play and the game's kind of bogged down, no side is really doing anything, the only card you want to draw is Beseech the Mirror. And you don't want to draw lands, you don't want to draw Dark Rituals, stuff like that. And so having a way to push through those bad cards and dig you deeper to the good cards is very powerful. Obviously, card selection in a combo deck is very powerful. That's nothing new. However, getting it on a colorless card that is cheap and, importantly, tutorable off of Urza's Saga is fairly new, where you make some constructs, you've gotten to the point in the game, maybe the constructs are taking over the game, maybe they're not, then you can tutor up Candy Trail, and based on what you need, you can help look for it. Maybe you need more mana sources at that point because your Saga went away. You can bottom uncastable spells. Maybe you have extra mana and you just want to find business, you can bottom extra lands. It's very good. And then, of course, if neither player is doing anything, it actually replaces itself, gains you some life. So I'm very excited to test out this card in this shell. It is also a bargain item for Beseech the Mirror if you didn't have another one. So I think it checks a lot of boxes for the deck, and it's a card I haven't really seen talked about that I actually think is quite good in this strategy and potentially other combo strategies that don't play as much card selection. So we're going to see that today. So let us hop into the games. All right, let's see. What does this hand do? In theory, it's a turn 1 Beseech, but I'm not sure. We'll keep this. We'll yellow it. So I think here. Well, that's nice. That's a nice draw. All right. I want to have some fun. So we're going to Dark Ritual. Play out a Dauthi. And then we'll play around Daze. We're going to play around Daze and Thoughtseize our opponent. Whoa. All right, let's take this Emrakul. And then next turn we can cast it. That's pretty cool. I don't think Sneak and Show plays Lightning Bolt that often. Or bounce spells or things of this nature. It's going to have to be a good brainstorm. I'll tell you that much. All right. I could cast the brainstorm too. You know, it's up in the air. I'll have to do some analysis on which one's better. Yeah, I think I would have gone with the Emrakul. All right, we did it. Deck's broken. Okay. We'll get a little more serious. Obviously, the discard is good. I don't think they do so much searching, where I'm not super sold on the opposition agents. Not super sold on Sheoldred, although if they put in Griselbrand and you put in Sheoldred, it can be kind of good. The cards I think this is like if they have this, I'm just in bad shape anyway, you know. Like if I have to use this, they're drawing 7 off of Griselbrand or drawing a ton off of off of Atraxa. I kind of like the bridge. I think it would be a little slow if I got it with Karn. I'm going to cut 1 agent. I'll bring in exactly 1 and cut the other agent. And I think call it a day. And then... And maybe the Shadowspear I think is basically bad. Is this a Chalice matchup? I guess I could bring in some Chalices. Trim a Candy Trail and I don't know. Trim a Beseech because if they force it. No, we'll keep this out. We'll leave in all the new cards. Alright, let's run it. Beseech can get Ensnaring Bridge, you know. Therefore, it has to be good. Opponent is on 61 cards. They couldn't decide the last thing to cut. I'm going to be honest, I am very often in my opponent's position. I don't very often play 61. Oh, this one's close. 2 Thoughtseizes, but only 1 mana source. I'm going to keep this. Chalice is one of the cards we boarded in. And I think that double Thoughtseize usually can help us survive to draw another mana source. And hey, we drew it right away. What a good card. We'll see what happens now. Oh no! Are we getting family? We sure are. Unlucky. Why are these Thoughtseizes in the deck? Terrible. Terrible card. Oh no! No! Alright. I guess we put in Ensnaring Bridge and hope this is Emrakul. Alright, well, alright, it could be worse. It could be worse. I'm gonna get rid of one of the Dauthies. Alright, so I have 4 total mana. I could Chalice of the Void and Dauthi. I could also just Chalice of the Void. No, that seems bad. I could just do the Dauthi Thoughtseize play again. And I will play around the days. Maybe that was silly. See, look, they have the meltdown. We don't want that. That would kill our bridge. Okay, get that out of here. Okay, sneak attacks in. I think that's fine. I'm gonna play this rather than the Bowmaster, just because I know they have the Brainstorm in hand. I mean, I guess I could have Bowmastered and dealt them some damage when they try to Brainstorm, but I felt like this was better. No! No! Terrible. They didn't have to Brainstorm. Oh my god. What were these draw steps? Alright. Terrible. Ridiculous. These silly sneak and show players. So good. Yeah. Alright. I mean, I think I keep it the same and run it back. I did win the die roll. This has a combo, but not enough mana. I think, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to mulligan. Yeah, I'll keep this. We can bottom one of the candy trails. And then I think I'm gonna him them first. Ah, okay, so either this is an incredible hit or it's a terrible miss. It's one or the other. And then we're going to scry 2. We're going to bottom any mana sources and keep any spells. Bowmasters is solid. It's a good turn 2 play. At turn 2, I'm going to play out the Saga and play the Bowmaster. No! What a terrible hymn to Tourach. Oh my goodness. Ridiculous. Alright. Well, maybe the mana sources set them back. They're going to have to cantrip for more lands. The Bowmasters plus the Saga will be a quick clock. These are all things that will totally happen. Hiya. Alright, buddy. Cast your Ponder. See if I care. Oh, they shuffled. Maybe the hymn coming into play after all. Also, maybe not. Oh! 2 Ponders. I'm so probably gonna die a quick and horrible death. But you know what? That is okay. Sometimes these things happen. This time they did not shuffle. I'll never know if the hymn was good or not, because these ponders have seen so many cards. Oh, maybe I should have played around Meltdown a bit, huh? What do you guys think? Maybe Meltdown Shouldn't have played out the artifact land. I could easily see that. Oh, wow, they don't have something, or whatever they... I don't know. So we can get Chrome Mox or another Candy Trail. I think I'm going to float the mana here. This is a 2-turn lethal anyway. Or I guess, okay, let's think. If they have Brazen Borrower and they bounce a Construct, I guess I kind of do need to do this to put lethal in. So yeah, we'll get a Candy Trail. Scry. Dark Ritual bottom, Bridge on top. That's not bad, that's not bad. Can we beat an Emrakul? Doesn't matter, they didn't have it. Feels like the hymn missed, given their 4 mana, but we still got there. But maybe, maybe they had to ponder for mana sources, and if the hymn hadn't hit that, they could have pondered first threats. Either way, got there. Candy Trail confirmed. OP. Those scries were perfect, exactly what we needed. And yeah, let's go to the next round. Here for round 2. Let's see. What does this hand do? It is a turn 1 Bowmaster. Is that good? Who knows? That's so tough, though. Could also be a turn 1 opposition agent. We're gonna YOLO it. Turn 1 opposition agent. You know, if they only have fetch lands in hand. That might be really good. Who needs the 4-drops, you know? And I think I want to play the Bowmaster. And I'm not going to do any funny business, you know, I'm just going to play this out. Because if they just go with the fetch land and pass, then, you know, who knows what could happen. The reason I kept this hand was because we have a nice backup plan where it's like, if this is not good or this is not good, then at least we can do potential Saga beatdowns. It looks like maybe my opponent is deciding whether or not to force this. And they do, they pitch Brazen Borrower. So we're down 4 cards, and they're down 2 cards, so it's totally fine. And if they wasteland us, at least we have Bowmaster, was my other thought process. And that's part of why I went with the agent first. All right, this one I will hold in case they want to brainstorm or ponder or whatever. All right, well, our hand does one thing and one thing only. Oh, they're so smart. Maybe I should have just played it out. It's hard to say, because it's like, if they had like a Dragon's Rage Channeler or something like that, I would have loved to save the Bowmaster ping. So I don't mind holding it. But it looks like it would have done good against their specific hand. I'm actually not going to play that. There's not a great reason to right now. In theory, they could still be playing black cards themselves, and this could help mana fix them. And then this also has to have them thinking about, like, what card is in my hand, you know. I'm not feeling in great shape. I'm feeling in slightly better shape. But sometimes when you power out your thing and it gets Force of Willed, you do end up somewhat behind. And you know what? That's okay. All right. Did they shuffle? They did shuffle. I like where this is going. Oh, that's a good draw. So now they have two things they have to deal with. I'm feeling in better shape. I don't know why I've been playing Brainstorm and Ponder my whole life when I could just draw the good stuff. Also, the thing we're going to get with this is, you guessed it, a candy tree. No! No! All right, I'm going to float a colorless mana and then let it fade. Just so that I can say it did something before dying. Now they just play Murktide, blah, blah, blah. Man, Wasteland, dumb card, terrible card. It's only a 5/5 though. Alright, we can maybe race that. Oh, yes. Alright, well. I didn't care about this one so much. Alright, what's this one gonna be? Alright, I'm gonna hold it in my hand for the same reasons as before. This one will play out. Alright, now I see why we play cantrips in our deck. I can understand it now. It suddenly makes sense to me. Alright, so the hand must just be like more counter magic. I'm actually going to save this until I draw like a threat to go along with it. Just because my whole deck costs less than, 4 mana, And it feels like they have a Force of Will. Plus, they might have to go to discard soon. And who am I to deny them that? Are you going to ponder? No, you're just going to go to discard. Pathetic. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, they discarded alone. That's so smart. Okay. Well, so that gets back an opposition agent. How good is that, though? I don't think that's that good. I think I'm going to wait till I can... Like, if they kill the Bowmaster, this would cost 6 mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could him and Awakening in the same turn. If they kill the Bowmaster. I will play this out. They had it the whole time. Interesting. And then they dredged Loam, which goes the Murktide, but they didn't mill any lands, luckily for me. Unluckily for me, it looks like they have a second Murktide regent of sorts. Of exactlies. Alright, looks like we're going to die a quick death. I don't believe I have any answers to this Murktide in my deck. So... Alright, YOLO. Man, this would have been good like 3 turns ago. I should be playing 4 of these, huh? Less lands. I don't know. I'm gonna bottom these 2. I'm gonna him them. see more. I'll see a little bit more of their deck, you know. And then I'll draw a card. And then I'll die. All right, cool. Yeah, I think if there wasn't they didn't have that second wasteland, we probably would have gotten there. But they did, so we didn't. All right. So I like the edicts. I like the Damnation is slow and gets got by days. I think I'm actually going to do this. Agent kind of medium. What if this is a cut your Beseech deck? Like, you just cut the combo and you just try to value them with edicts and chalices and plague engineers and stuff. I could see that potentially. Close one. Yeah. Sorry, namesake card. Do I leave in one just because? Just because. I can see that. And then trim on a Thoughtseize just because I'm playing the chalices. Yeah, sure. And like Leyline is just a good card versus them because they play a lot of delve stuff. This is how I want to do it. And then once my win con, just like Dauthi and Bowmaster and stuff. YOLO. We're going to try this. We're not going to be a combo deck against the Force of Will Days deck. Plus Wasteland. I think that seems reasonable. Yeah, we can keep this. It has the Leyline of the Void and a turn 1 Bowmasters. I wish this could get imprinted into Chrome Mox, but it can't, unfortunately. I'm actually just going to hope that 2 Bowmasters gets there. I'm not going to Thoughtseize them. And I will save it just like before. Oh, but that plays into days. Yeah, I'm just going to play it out. I changed my mind. Dang it. Unlucky. Alright, well, I'm gonna just play another one and hope they don't have days. They had force. So they probably would have forced... I don't know. I probably should have waited. Because if they had a daze, then I could play the second one. Alright, and we're going to get a Candy Trail, assuming my opponent does not have Wasteland. They don't! Let's go! Okay. I was just thinking, if I draw Dark Ritual, do I make a Construct token here? So it would be a 3/3? I'm going to go for it. Like, why not, right? Three is pretty good here. We can play out the Shadowspear too to make it a 4/4. I like the line. Yeah, Candy Trail. At this point, we're just looking for mana. That's mana. Yeah, we'll go... Do I want the 3rd mana source? Yeah, probably. Put on top, put on top. Looks like they might have another lightning bolt. Unlucky. Alright, well, next turn we get to Edict the Channeler. Or potentially just equip this. Make a 2/2 lifelinker. I actually don't hate that. Because then next turn we can play the Edict around Daze. We could also hold up the draw card mode, and that would be slightly better against a Meltdown. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to do the gain 3 life draw card mode. Just to slightly reduce my we'll say my exposure to Meltdown. Maybe I should have bottomed the Vault of Whispers if I wanted less exposure to Meltdown, though, huh? Alright. We're going to go for it. YOLO. Well, that's okay. That just draws a card. It looks like they binned... Yeah, they put the forest into their graveyard. Now they draw a card off the Veil. Or I guess into their exile. Ha 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 ha. Let's see. If one of the last two is Daze. And if not, we're in good shape. Alright, opponent. Does this resolve? They're tanking. Usually, this is a good sign. But you never know with blue players. You never know, and I don't want to find out. Maybe they're getting something to drink. Okay. This is a human shaman. I'll name human. Because if they're playing Delver of Secrets, that also hits that. However, I don't believe this deck plays Delver. I believe this is the Rug Beanstalk deck that is flavor of the week right now. Which means they're playing things like Beanstalk, Hooting Mandrills. Could also just be regular old Rug Delver. No Beanstalks required. Unclear. What is clear is that we're in a good spot. We have board presence. We've shut off their Delve spells. They're shuffling off Ponders. They've gone through 2 of their 4 Lightning Bolts. I'm going to equip here. It is 1 less point of lifelinking damage. However, it diversifies my threats. Because this one is already one they probably want to kill in some capacity. And I'm going to play this out just so that if I really want to Edict this turn, I can do so. Also, our life total is at 22. Like, you know, the 1 extra point, probably not relevant. I think Leyline would probably just solo this game, if I'm being quite frank. I meant like the Channeler never had Delirium. They probably have a Merced Region stuck in hand. All good things. The Candy Trail was solid. I know that we went top on our Scry, but you know, just guaranteeing that we hit our mana sources and can cast our spells, and then the gain 3 life draw a card when we weren't really doing anything was nice. Also can be a way to play around Daze, you know, where it's like you can cast your spell and then, you know, do things around Daze. Oh, they didn't shuffle. Maybe they're working up to like hard casting the guy. We'll find out. Beanstalk, who could have guessed? And me without my... Alright. Literally doing nothing else with our mana, so I will just equip. And then I'll... am I going to equip back? Sure, what the heck. Alright. Just actively bad. I'm not playing this so I can play around Meltdown a little bit. I suppose if their turn is to Meltdown, likely just lethal. Alright, we got there. Wow. There's the Helm. See, the Helm feels so irrelevant when Leyline itself just wins the game. Alright, I'm gonna draw I think I just cut this stupid Helm and bring in the Thoughtseize. I know it's rough against Chalice, or rough alongside Chalice, but I think you just want proactive things to do on the draw, and looking at their hand, knowing what to play around is nice. Like, I think the big thing is just knowing whether or not you're supposed to play into Daze is a big deal. So I want the Damnation, that's the other question. It does deal with Murktide Regent and or other things. But it is 4 mana. Kills my things too. I'm gonna just run it as is. Alright. This has a Leyline of the Void and fast mana and Orcish Bowmasters. Seems good for me. Boop. A good hand, we'll say. And it looks like they are holding up Veil of Summer. So I am in an awkward spot because I'm not sure what the Candy Trail wants. I think I'm going to imprint this. I'm just going to hold up Bowmasters this turn. I'm not going to do anything. It feels like they have Veil of Summer. They didn't play their second land drop. I guess if they have Spell Pierce, this is bad, but I don't think the list plays Spell Pierce. Okay. That might have been bad. A bad line on my part. To not play the land out first. Yeah, I think that was foolish. I don't think I want the Dauthi. I like the Edict, though. I think I'm going to play the Bowmasters now, because if they have... no, I won't. I could leave up the Candy Trail, I could leave up the Dauthi. Or not the Dauthi, the Bowmaster. I think playing into Daze when I don't have to is not necessarily a good idea. I'll do this now. I could have played Dark Ritual to play around Daze, but I kind of... Well, there's... thought maybe they force it. I also kind of want to save this to play Sheoldred around Daze. I think that's a little bit better. Though, if I have the opportunity to make constructs, I'm absolutely just going to do that. Although, okay, so Ritual... Yeah, no, I don't have enough to do everything, so... Just making constructs, and they're landlocked, so I'm in a pretty good spot. And yeah, I think I just want to get the Candy Trail. The Shadowspear, my life total is not really in trouble. I just want to find mana sources. So bottom both of these. I could play this and not imprint it. I think it's a little bit suspect, though. I could imprint it with Sheoldred and then... No. So my thought process is I could imprint it with Sheoldred, and then if they rip... I guess I actually know that they don't have a red land on top. So... yeah. I wanted to play around Meltdown by potentially being able to draw a card. Do I play this out with nothing imprinted just to get them to 2? Probably. Yeah, so I think maybe I could have played this out the previous turn. Just they'd be at 1 right now and they couldn't fetch. All right, but they didn't have it, so we got there. Unclear if that Mox, playing that the Mox was correct or not, but obviously they got screwed on their mana sources. But yeah, Leyline the Void, good against these new Delver decks for sure. As we saw in game 2. Anyway, I'll be back for round 3. All right, here for round 3 on the draw. I'll keep this. We have the Leyline of the Void, which may or may not be relevant, and then we have turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 him. Well, swamp decks do sometimes tend to be graveyard oriented. We'll see what my opponents. Oh no! What the hell? What the hell? What the hell is all this? All right. Well, it's definitely Sinkhole because that kills one of my things, whereas Smallpox, we each lose a thing. And then Lily Vale is very far away. Yeah, alright. Sinkhole, yeah. Alright. That's okay. We have some lands to play through it. Ah, no! They drew Dark Ritual! Yeah. Okay. Right, I guess I'm getting rid of the Hymn to Tourach, huh? Just because we're both going to be empty-handed pretty soon. Wow. What a draw. Alright, so, like, what does that mean? I guess it means that I probably should have played this first and then played out the tomb. I guess it means I'm digging for the Helm combo, right? Really good that we have a thing to scry too when we specifically need Helm combo. Neither of these do it. I mean, I guess this could pressure the Lily, but I'm just going to draw a card. I guess I'll draw it now. Okay. I will discard this Thoughtseize. Gonna sacrifice this land. I'll discard this Agadeem's. Just gonna say, if we draw this Beseech, if we drew Beseech, we could have won because we could have ritualed, tapped the tomb. All right, so I guess it's just a matter of like what land do I want to play out. I think it's this one. I want to sandbag the artifact. Maybe I just don't play out any land, so that if I can just discard the swamp, and I'm kind of in the same spot as last time. Yeah, I'm gonna do that actually. Crucible of Worlds. Yeah, not great without a graveyard. Also, by keeping myself to 2 permanents, oh my god, I'm so smart. By keeping myself to 2 permanents, the Lily alt sucks. Cast with Bargain. Get out of here. Find the one of Helm of Obedience. Here you are. I'll cast without paying its mana cost, and then I will helm you. So I know I've been memeing a bit on Candy Trail, but like I do think it legitimately helped us win this game, because it scryed 2 to the bottom and drew a card, so it dug us 3 cards deeper for our combo piece. I felt legitimately good. All right, so they're a Karn, the Greek Creator deck too. They're doing a lot of the same things we are. They just have land destruction in place of the combo, it feels like, and they have curse scrolls and stuff. And currency converter. What is this one? Draw, discard. Whenever you discard a card, you may exile that card from your graveyard. Put a card, exile the card. Okay. I'm not sure how this works with Loam, because I think that it has to hit the graveyard, and then currency converter would trigger. I think. I'm not sure. What do I want? The Thoughtseizes almost seem bad. Like, maybe I just want ways to pressure. I'm trying to think if anything is good. Edict to hit Lily is, like, maybe okay. Kind of trying to figure out what's bad, you know? I feel like Shadowspear is kind of bad. Like, if I have a thing in play, I'm doing good. I think I just want a couple Edicts. And I'll trim a Thoughtseize. Chalice, I don't think is good. Chalice on 2 shuts off a lot of their deck, but it shuts off a lot of my deck. The problem with the creatures is that they extend me into Smallpox, where it's like I have to sacrifice a creature at that point. But maybe it's fine to keep them as is. They did show me Orcish Bowmasters. I could see this being good. Name Orc. They don't really search their deck at all. So yeah, I'll bring in the Plague Engineers. But I like that this has Flash. I'll bring in 1 Plague Engineer. I don't really draw cards either. Alright, we'll do it like this. Very minimal sideboarding. What does this hand do? It has a lot of mana. Sort of. So the thing is, I'm probably just going to discard a lot of these cards anyway. So I'll just keep this. I am impervious to discard. Oh no, artifacts. I can't deal with that. Okay. Do I want to debate some land destruction? Like Sandbag the Saga? I kind of feel like I do. Like, I feel like they're just going to fire it off on anything. That doesn't do much for me, but I guess you probably just have cuts, you know? That's my guess. Whoa, they kept a 1 lander. Well, I guess that means I play this out. And I'm gonna do 1 of these. I'll imprint the Dark Ritual. The Agadeems could actually be relevant at some point, you know? Alright, hope they don't draw land into LD card. Fingers crossed. No! Did you land? Tilt. But, oh, I was going to say, it might not be Sinkhole. Particularly, it could just be Smallpox. Alright, we're just going to cast this and not imprint. And then I'll have to decide if I want to do the other one. I think I don't. I think I just want to leave this as like discard fodder. Feels like maybe they have Bowmasters. Okay. Oh my god, they don't get to draw a card because of the Leyline. It doesn't enter the graveyard. That's sick. Things I would have missed in paper for 100, Alex. Yes, your Bowmaster, your puny Bowmaster compared to my huge Saga token. That's fine. Interesting. Okay. That's a really good draw. And so now I have a choice. Do I get the Candy Drill or the Chrome? I thought I had the Shadowspear in, but I don't, of course. I'm going to put this on the bottom. Dauthi seems reasonable. Like, it is a threat. All right, so I actually think I'm going to draw a card with the trail here, because so this will go down to 4/4. They can't kill it, and then after that all is said and done, they won't have a token. And now I still have 2 4/4s. Beaten down. Yeah, nothing in the graveyard yet. All right, Smallpox. And I guess not too surprising. So I'm gonna discard this card, and then I sacrifice this creature. And they maybe have another Urborg that they're going to play. I'm gonna get rid of my Urborg, of course. They do have another Urborg to play. Unsurprising. The last Chrome Mox. Cool. Okay, so I think I just want to spew my hand. I guess I lost some damage unnecessarily here. Oh shit, I was gonna play this out. I'm so bad. I missed a point. I'm absolutely gonna play it out. There's no reason to hold it. Oh yeah. But this is one trick. This is one, or not trick, but like one thing to know is that if you make a mistake, don't compound on it by making a second mistake. So not playing it out, absolutely a mistake. But now that we're in second main, it's still better to play it out than hold it in my hand because of, Liliana the Veil, Smallpox, things like that. So so this doesn't affect me right now. I guess they could get Bridge and then later it'll affect me. Once they draw their mana source, basically. Yeah. They might just be dead, though. All right. Whoa. Okay, so let's wait. Okay, I don't have triple black or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, I don't have triple black to cast this, so I will just make a construct. Get the Candy Trail. This is 14, plus the Dauthi is plenty. Put on the bottom. Okay, well, I guess I just attacked them. And 3-0, so let's be back for round 4. All right, won the die roll. Very good. Yeah, I'll keep this. I think I'm gonna go turn 1 Dauthi and then turn 2 Urza Saga. I could also just Urza Saga, Chrome Mox pass, and then like turn 2 make a construct, but I think getting this in play early is good, especially when they're on 5 cards. They might be some sort of graveyard strategy. I'm actually going to imprint the Sheoldred and leave the opposition agent in my hand, just because if they're like a combo deck, usually combo decks search their library, and it's just a really good thing to do next turn with the Saga. No, they just play Basic Island? What is this? Maybe they're show and tell? Sneak and show? Either way. Could be dead. Could certainly be dead. I'm going to leave up these based on what they do. Alright. I'm going to play Bowmasters. Actually. My thought process is maybe next turn I can get them on the fetch. Like, they might not necessarily fetch now, is my thought process. Whatever happened, it was enough. Yeah, not sure what they're on. Makes it difficult to sideboard. It's just Basic Island. The only thing we have is Basic Island and Flooded Strand. I suppose the art of the Basic Island. The art of the Basic Island was fairly nice, I'm going to be honest. This leads me towards control players, because control players, we all have good taste. Yeah, I'm going to cut the opposition agents. They're pretty bad against control, and they're only okay against Sneak and Show. I like these two as kind of a mini hedge, and then I like the... I'm going to do 3 Chalice on the draw. I don't know why 3. 3 just feels like the right number. I think I want to keep most of the combo in. I'll cut the Shadowspear. I'll cut 1 Candy Trail because I'm bringing in the Chalices. Maybe Karn is just kind of expensive. They don't seem to be an artifact-based deck. Yeah, I'll cut the Karn. And let's see. Maybe 3 Chalices is stupid. They could be combo, so I don't want to cut any Thoughtseizes. Maybe trim this. We weren't playing this against Sneak and Show last time we played against it, because we decided that if their thing is in play, it's too good. So let's just run it like this. This deck plays quick games, and I like that. It went to 6. My only real decision is whether I lead on Swamp or Urborg turn 1 for the Thoughtseize. The only reason it would make a difference is if I want to go turn 2 Saga and I draw a Dauthi, I could play it then at that point. Hey, all right. And the downside is, of course, if they play Wasteland, it sets me back. Okay, so they are combo deck. Combo deck. Serenity's kind of good. Illusionist is also pretty good. Dauthi stops the combo, which is kind of nice. It's actually a very tough choice, because they could play out the Saga. They probably play... They might just pass. I'm going to take the Serenity. They're a combo deck. They play a lot of 1s. I do have an answer to the Illusionist, and then also the Dauthi can make it so they can't combo because their graveyards get exiled. Chalice of the Void can stop Source of Pushers. I think for all these reasons, I have chosen to take Serenity. They are playing out the Illusionist. So now the question becomes, which card do I jam? And the answer is both. Yeah, I think you just put both things into play. Suppose I could have played out the Saga. Probably would have been a little bit better. We hit an Oracle. They don't normally play 2 Oracles, which is kind of good for me. All right, I'm going to attack for 4. Play out my Chalice of the Void for X equals 1. Hope I don't draw 1 mana spell. If I draw a black source, or I guess any source of mana, I'll seriously consider playing the Tourach instead of making a token, just because if it hits the Teferi, then the Dauthi could play the Teferi and bounce one of the construct tokens, and that seems pretty good to me. They're off of it. I don't know, like, we definitely still had a game going, right? Like, they could have made a construct token and gotten the, I forget the name of the card, but it's like the 1 mana card that makes servos and then Thopters and stuff, and so their constructs would definitely be bigger than mine. It's absolutely unclear how that game would have gone. But yeah, all right. 4 up. We'll be back for round 5. All right. Here for round 5. Here for the trophy match. I just want to say, win or lose, has been a lot of fun. This deck was pretty fun to play, pretty enjoyable. Definitely have gotten some freebies, I feel. So, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to put 1 Leyline into play, and I'm going to hold the second one. Just if I draw a Chrome Mox, I can imprint it, or if I choose to get one off the Saga, I can print it. I think it's important to every so often play a deck that's slightly less serious, slightly less like decision intense and complicated, and sometimes say like, you know, hey, I'm gonna do my thing, and if they do their thing and they have it, then that's a good game, and you extend the hand. Like against the Sneak and Show round 1, just was having a fun time when, you know, no matter what happened, basically. All right, so it looks like this is the 8-key deck. And it looks like we might have shut off an Echo. That's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to Thoughtseize them. Hope to take their payoff. They have 2 payoffs. Yikes. What's worse for me? This is so bad. Karn stops me from comboing. Yeah, I think I have to take the Karn. Yeah, that's rough. I think one of my few shots to win is to get the combo in place. So hopefully I can do that before things get too crazy. I will say our board is not ready for artifacts. Let me tell you that much. So I almost feel like we're just supposed to play out these. I don't think the Bowmasters puts that much pressure on them. They don't really draw that many cards. Bottom 1, top 1, and then... Curious if we're supposed to... play the second trail or wait for it for next turn. Very unclear. Because let's see. So like next turn, we draw a Beseech. We'll play out the Candy Trail. Turn after that, if we draw a mana source, we can get Chrome Mox, but it's not enough actually. I draw so slow. All right, I'm gonna wait a turn. Maybe I could have drawn an extra. No. Yeah, okay. Actually, I think I should play this with the goal being to draw a card with the Candy Trail and hit a land drop. I think we're going to lose beforehand anyway. Like, it doesn't really matter. They just have... They're going to see too much of their deck. It's just rough that they had 2 payoffs in their opener. But this deck is very good at that now because of the One Ring. Though the One Ring definitely decidedly worse than the other 2 payoffs that they could have had. Alright, I'll concede to that. My one shot was getting the combo in, so nothing I did mattered. Okay. What is good here? Is anything good here? This sucks. Chalice can stop their keys. So, like, I think it's worth a shot, maybe? Shutting off their keys definitely slows them down quite a bit. Then Edict can kill Karn. So these are my first inclinations for what I want to do. This card kind of mid. Shadowspear once again pretty mid. I'm going to trim a Leyline just because I don't think you want to draw 2. And I think you just want to... Because like Dauthi works too, you know. Karn very good. So Beseech for Karn, definitely helpful. And I guess I just have to mulligan quite aggressively, huh? We'll trim 1 Candy Trail, because again, I think that's the plan when you bring in the Chalices, is you trim 1 Candy Trail. And then Bowmasters is good against the ring. Kind of medium against whatever else they're doing. I think because Beseech for Karn just wins so many games by itself, the Leyline plan is less necessary. Let's just put it that way. Like, it stops the Echo if they're playing Echo, but that's about it. All right, let's submit. Going first. This hand has a Leyline and a Thoughtseize. That's about it. But it does have fast mana, so it's like if I draw anything, it's good. Alright, yeah, I'll keep this. This could be loose, for sure. But I think having the Thoughtseize really leads me to want to do this. And then having the Leyline means that if I drop a Siege, I do just win the game. That's one thing that definitely, being the blue player that I am, I keep a lot of hands, and it's possible that this hand's a mulligan, and I can find something more explosive, maybe with like a Hymn to Tourach or multiple discard spells or stuff like that. I'm not even sure what I would want from 1 though, you know, besides Thoughtseize. Maybe this plus the Leyline. Unclear, but this is what I've done. This is my lot in life. We're going to hope to draw Beseech the Mirror. Alright, well, I'll take the Karn, because once again, stops my whole deck. They're probably going to go turn 1 Saga. This hand's not great for me. Again, they have multiple payoffs in their opener. But we could win right now. I mean, it's not a win, but it's not bad. We're gonna play the Whose Constructs Are Bigger game. Do I play out the Chrome Mox? And if so, do I imprint anything? Yeah, sure, what the hell. And you know what we're gonna get, right? Candy Trail. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think that their constructs are gonna be a little bit bigger. But Candy Trail will help us find Beseech the Mirror. That's the game plan. Or Karn, I guess. But probably Beseech, given that it just wins. This was a very good draw. Of course, the best draw would have been Beseech and or Helm, but I'm not complaining. Okay, so they drew a Basalt Monolith. They chose not to make a construct. Interesting. That's very interesting. I'm going to play this out. I'm going to play this and not imprint it. And then we'll see what they do. They have a ton of mana. And, oh, I guess their goal is to try to get to Paradox Engine plus the ring. That'll probably do it. That's fair. I mean, I think we still have to take the Karn, you know, given how our hand looked. But it's rough that they drew a Monolith. I think they will pretty easily get to it. Oh, that seems bad. I'm not sure. Yeah. I think they didn't need to play this out, and they could have drawn more with the ring. It's probably not going to matter. All right, we lose. I will concede this game. Yeah, that matchup seems terrible for us, for what it's worth. But anyway, those were the games. I'll be right back for the end of set review. All right, welcome back to the end of set review. We ended up going 4-1. We beat a smattering of blue decks, a smallpox deck, and we lost to the 8-key deck, the mono brown 8-key deck, which, like I mentioned in the games, probably a tough matchup. I guess it depends how quickly you can find a Beseech. That being said, the deck felt very fun. Like I mentioned, I just kind of enjoy playing out my stuff, seeing if it's good enough. It's a nice change of pace. The Candy Trails felt very, very powerful, I have to say. There's a lot of times just over the course of a game where you need a very specific thing, and your best draw is a 10 out of 10, and your worst draw is a 0 out of 10. And having a tutorable with Saga scry target is very important, or very useful for that. We played a lot of matchups where the Shadowspear didn't really matter. That being said, I still think you want it in the deck, just as a one-off rather than, like, say, the fourth of this. And it's a cut for whatever you bring in. Sideboard felt good. I'm not sure how you would change it, if at all. The Damnation felt a little interesting because you're killing your guys too, and in theory, you probably have some amount of creatures on the board, but maybe it's for a matchup I didn't run into today. And Karn felt really bad in a lot of the games, except for in that specifically last match, so I think it's perfect as a one-of, and potentially Beseech Tutor when you don't have the Line of the Void in play. Yeah, so those were the games. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys.